Righty, so let's do it. So let's go to best actress, best actor, best uh person acting. And the nominees are Pramila Jayapal, Ilhan Omar, and AOC. And I think, do we have any other nominations? Let's see. Any other nominations for best actress? Let's see. Nobody have saved. But I think they sum up the best actors. Now when we say best, we mean the worst, meaning they're terrible. But this is the best thing they do. And I think for me, Pramila Jayapal is my winner for best actress. She is the best actress overall. Doesn't matter. Best acting person. She's the one who's the face, goes up and saying Biden is doing so great, that Hakeem Jeffries is great, that just being a good sheepdog, doing lapdog, I should say. So she's my winner. Let's go to best virtue signaler. Best virtue signaler. Best virtue signal tweet, or best virtue signaler. Rokana AOC. Now, for me, it's hands down Rokana. He's the best at virtue signaling. Rokana is the best at virtue signaling. So for me, it's Rokana. Let's go to the next one. Now, here is where we're going to have a little bit of a discussion. Biggest move to the right. I did like the nomination of how many nominations are here? Biggest move to the right. I did like the nomination of somebody said Jackson, right? Yeah. Jackson Hinkle, biggest move to the right. So I did like this nomination. So biggest move to the right. My nominee for this is all white left media. So I'm talking about from the Humanist Report to Rational National to TYT. I mean, you can see it in TYT coverage specifically when it comes to like the homeless problem, when it comes to LA politics. But yeah. And propaganda. When it comes to propaganda. So I feel like all of white left media has moved to the right, and it's been a big jump to the right. But definitely Jackson Hinkle could get an honorary win on that, because from what he was or claimed to be before, I can see that nominee. I can see him also winning that category. So let's go. Let's see, what else do I have here? Biggest sellout. And of course, biggest sellout would have to go to somebody said it already. Jamal Bowman is going to have to win this, but I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to give biggest sellout to Jamal Bowman, but fastest sellout I'm going to give to Max Frost. Because Max Frost sold out the Palestinian community in this area overnight. So fastest sellout is Max Frost, but he was also nominated in both categories. So Jamal Bowman and Max Frost were both nominated in these categories: biggest sellout and fastest sellout. Is that fast? Yeah, fastest sellout. So we'll give biggest to Jamal Bowman and fastest to Max Frost for selling out the Palestinian community, like literally overnight. Was like deuces to them. So let's go to biggest new tool. Let's go to that one. Biggest new tool. Now, Ryan Grimm. Biggest new tool for the ruling class. I think Ryan Grimm is a great nominee, and I think the squad is a great nominee. And I kind of explained my reasoning why I would nominate them as a new tool because they're more affirmatively voting for neoliberalism and not just playing the part of we are the left people who are adversaries. They're actually not playing that role anymore. They're playing that we are now lapdogs and the left is now saying yes to war. So to me, and then what Ryan Grimm tried to do through that interview with Shama Sawan and Brianna Joy, and then when he came on to RBN, like I mean, it is just I cannot unsee that. Cannot unsee it. So for that, I would probably give him the edge, but that could just because it's fresh. Um, man, this is a hard decision, but let's see. What do some of you say? Biggest new tool. Who would you give it to? Let me toss up some of your comments. Yeah, you're saying he should get some kind of honorary mention. I get that. I get that. Haas biggest tool. I still don't know who that person is that well, but I know a lot of you do know. Um, biggest new. Like I know of him. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm not saying I don't know who the person is. I'm saying I don't know enough about the person to really say much. Fastest new tool. Jordan Sheridan. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. I guess so. I mean, got time. Got time for that stuff. It's just not serious to me. That stuff is not serious. So, let's see. Ryan Grimm. Where's Ryan Grimm on that list? So you're saying Ryan Grimm could have been nominated for something else, like moving furthest to the right. Jackson gets best hair. Okay. And of course, Jordan betrayed RBN. Well, I don't know if he betrayed us, but we had some issues. All right, so biggest new tool. I'm gonna give my choice is Ryan Grimm. He is literally a tool. I can't trust any of his reporting whatsoever. And it's not trust in he doesn't have dates and numbers correct and receipt, not like that. I'm talking about the perspective of what he's saying. I have no confidence in what he's telling me whatsoever. So for me, he is the biggest tool. And then he said Jackson could be biggest tool. That actually could be a good nominee. They serious Nazi CJ, not worth your time. Okay. So then that's good that I don't even know who this person is. And but I know he is because I've watched a clip or maybe I can't remember what I did, but somebody said that was him maybe. But anyway, biggest new tool. Now let's see what other categories I have. I think I have one or two more. Or that might two more. The best cover story for a terrible vote. So who had the best cover story? Best cover story. Now, when we say best, it could literally mean it was so bad that that's what we're saying. Best as in it was the best of the worst of the garbage cover story. So, but who had the best cover story? That's a good one. I guess that is a good one. Whoever had the best cover story. Remember Ilhan? Oh, it landed on Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar could be a nominee for this. Let me see. Yeah, because remember the cover story she tried to give about when she got protested. There was a war protester or an anti-war protester, and she tried to use her identity politics and say Like, don't judge her for what she's doing. Um, I think that's a good nominee, if not a winner for best cover story. It flopped. It completely flopped. So that's what to me makes it the best cover story because it completely flopped. So let's give that to Ilhan uh, Omar. And now let's go to the final one. And I just missed an hour. I was trying to keep this under an hour, but we're at an hour and 5 minutes. But let's go. Biggest disappointments where I have the most nominees also. And this is biggest. What's this called? Yeah. Right. If I didn't, oh well. Biggest disappointment. And our nominees are Nina Turner, Bernie Sanders, the squad, the overall progressive strategy, and the strike breaking vote. These are the biggest disappointments. What would you vote for? Or if you don't think it's any of those, if you have another biggest disappointment, put it in the comments. I'll throw it up. Well, let's talk about biggest disappointment. This is our last and final category. Biggest disappointment. My nominees are Nina Turner, Bernie Sanders, the squad, the progressive strategy as a whole, the strike breaking vote. They're still not recovering from that. But let's look and see what if you have any other ideas for biggest disappointment. Bernie, okay. Bernie tossed my lust. They were never a disappointment to you. Railroad and truckers got screwed. Biggest tool, new tool. Yeah, that's a great nominee. That is a great nominee. Yes. All of the above. Another all of the above. Yeah, they're all pretty terrible. Man, oh man. See, for me, I could put see, for me, the progressive strategy as a whole encompasses a lot. So the progressive strategy encompasses the strike breaking. So I guess we could do it that way. So the biggest disappointment, probably not Nina Turner. That's probably not up there. Bernie Sanders, probably not the biggest disappointment because he's been a disappointment for a while. So not just in 2022. So maybe it hasn't been that. Probably the strike breaking. That might still rank up there. So that could be it. So the strike breaking vote, breaking the rail strike, that is definitely probably the biggest disappointment of 2022. Don't know if it's because it's the most freshest thing or because they are still reeling from that. They're still getting comments from their current tweets on completely different things. People are still throwing shade at them about this. Isn't it? People are not forgetting. So I think that qualifies, and I think I'll go ahead and put that as my final answer. Breaking the railroad strike is the biggest disappointment winner in this 2022 awards ceremony for the Progressive Democrat Award show.